All right. All righty. Happy day after Christmas. And pretty uneventful day so far. It's pretty quiet. I think the story of the day, if there is one, is it appears all the crypto stocks, MSTR, IRN, Wolf, Mara, ClearSpark, Riot, Coin, all seem to be under a bit of pressure today. Bitcoin overall is a bit down. Was under some pressure pretty much overnight over Christmas as well. I think it got down to about 93. It's actually back up. I mean, the futures are showing it's down to now 95. I think we closed on Tuesday at around 98, so it's showing it's down about $3,500. We did have some dollar weakness. We did have some dollar weakness earlier in the session as well, but it does seem like that's firmed back up. Dollar is now up about almost 17 cents. It was down earlier and actually gave a little bit of a bounce to bonds, but bonds just seem to be under pressure again today, trading 113.07. And also, again, Bitcoin down now only 3,600. So I thought it was 38, 30. This says 39. I don't know what the deal is with that. I got one platform saying 39, another platform. So the only thing I think of is it has something to do with the contract that's being quoted, that there is some discrepancy there. But needless to say, it doesn't matter. It's 96.3. This says 96,340, and my Thinkorswim says 95,445. The only reason why I think that has something to do with the contract rolling from the DEIS, from DEIS 1 to March. And so there's that, which is interesting. Not really finding much of anything else going on. I'm looking at a few other things. As I mentioned, the crypto stocks. I got Tesla up pre-market 1%. A couple of pump and dump stocks that I've seen. You've seen the one that was up here, LUNR. There's another one, Hoth, HOTH is another one. It's like another little $1 stock that's up like 10 cents. So it says it's up like 40%. Yeah. So a couple of those. Another one is NTIP. Outside of that, there's really doesn't seem to be much else. As I mentioned, the bonds under pressure again as well. The bonds just look like absolute crap. They look terrible. Terrible. Trade in the bonds right now. So, what else? I think gold got a little pop. It's actually going to go, it looks like gold's going to go red here. So whatever momentum gold got earlier, it was up about 10 or 15 bucks. Now is actually, looks like it's about to turn red. It's kind of been selling off now. So, so there's that, which is interesting. And then markets overall are just kind of, I mean, even though they're down, like we got the Russell down 13, the NASDAQ's down about 80, the ES is about 23 handles, Dow about 180. Overall, really not anything moving crazily one way or the other. It's pretty much status quo. They had jobless claims come out, which, you know, good news is good news. Bad news is good news. Any news is good news at this point. Doesn't really matter. News is news is news. I don't know if I didn't really look into it. I saw the headline pass by, and I didn't really give it much. I didn't pay it much attention. Here it is. U.S. jobless claims 219. Estimated was 223. Womp, womp, womp. So there's that. And I don't really have much of anything else. I mean, I actually sat here and stared at my screen, like for my pre-market type of stuff. And usually I write some notes down, like, you know, oh, this, that. And I just literally, like, was blank. I was like, right? It's like, nothing. Excuse me, nothing. You know, crude oil still just stuck. No real trade there. Natty gas, just going over some stuff here. Natty gas, really, again, like what's happening in natty gas is I think it's, although volatility seems to be collapsing a little bit, overall, I think it's getting a little more volatile. As you can see, we're starting to print bigger candles. So bigger price ranges, bigger candles generally translate into higher volatility. So just interesting to see over the last couple of days, right? We've pretty much stayed in the same trading range, but we've had a really big, we've had a couple of really big candles getting printed here, which, again, I don't know what that signifies other than, as I mentioned, that I think that actually adds and keeps volatility high. If you have these big trading ranges, what'll start sucking volatility out is if we start having these little bit more normal trading days where they're like small and short, and that will actually start sucking volatility out. But until then, power on, here we go. And so there's natty gas. And as I said, there's not really nothing SMCI. I'm just looking at the tape here. SMCI. No volatility there. Super micro. That one's always in the headlines. That's actually up a little bit today. I think they're even pressed for anything to talk about as well, because when I start seeing stuff like SMCI up pre-market 1.5%, it's up like, 40 cents or so. It's like, oh man, they're really really looking for something. And so, that's it as far as headlines and stocks moving. I mean, there's other stuff hitting the tape, which I think is just kind of like wonk, wonk, wonk. There was a couple of articles that I found to be interesting over Christmas. There was one, and you could find it on, I'm not going to post it here because I don't know if I'll get in trouble or not for content violations, because everybody's ass hurts lately about all that kind of stuff. But there was a very interesting article on TradingView from Reuters. And the reason I won't put it up because Reuters is one of the ones that gets their ass hurt more times than others. This big organization will come after some little shitbag person like me because I quoted their report on, it's literally like, come on, man, really? Really? But, that's what they do. But it came out of Reuters. I'm just trying to get my Wi-Fi set up here for my iPad. Okay. And so if you go on Reuters and you go under the ES, you can. So go to Reuters or go to TradingView. I got it off TradingView, and then go to the ES. And I thought there was an interesting article. If it's still here, I don't know if it got buried. I don't know what happened to it. I know I saved it. I wonder if it got buried. I thought it was really good, actually, about how equities will have a good most of the year, and then this time next year it won't be so good. It'll be ugly. I just found it to be interesting. I don't know if that's going to I don't really put much weight in what people forecast. I just found it to be an interesting read. So, and I thought maybe somebody else. I don't see it. I don't know if it got buried or what. Yeah. So, nope, that's not it. And I know there was a TradingView. Here it is. Market will peak, and it was from Reuters. And it says market will peak in 2025, says one seer. After that, things will get ugly. Oh, Barron's. It's from Barron's. So I thought it was interesting read. I read, and it's not like 15 pages long. I just read, I'm just like every other asshole. I read like the first 3 paragraphs, and then after that, I felt like, yeah, right, I get it. You're like, this is what you think, and that's fine. But I just thought that was an interesting take. But then there's also there was a TradingView blip. At least this is how they're spinning it, and this is coming from somebody. Who is this? Cattlecraft. Somebody. Cointelegraph. Whatever. But anyway, they're saying that Bitcoin's drop dips as TradingView glitch sends dominance to 0, which I was like, whoa, what the hell that? So is that why Bitcoin? But I don't know. Is that why Bitcoin kind of tanked, or are they just kind of looking for? Or are they just kind of trolling the waters and to try and see if, it would help if I was a better host and I've actually share my screen instead of being a douchebag here and just like talking about it and you just watching one chart. And then I wonder why nobody wants to watch my stuff. Right? Exactly. It's my own damn fault. All right. But it does not Vic. It does not Vic. It does not Vic. I got it in right. Sometimes I put it in backwards. It doesn't work. Yes. No, it's not working. I don't know what's going on with this. It's got a mind of its own. I don't know what it is with OBS lately. It's got a mind of its own. It really does. So anyway, there's some glitch on TradingView, and they're attributing Bitcoin's fall to this glitch, and whatever, right? So anyway, that's it. There's not really a hell of a lot going on today. So and I don't really have much. I'm just going to manage what I have. It's 8:58. Have a good one. Trade smart. I think it's going to be real thin the next 2 days. And not much action. I think it's going to pick up, though, after the weekend. I think next week, Monday, Tuesday, should be, I think they should be really decent trading days, quite honestly. So that's really it. And if anything else pops up, I'll pop on the stream today. And get down on something.